Hey, millennials. Rent's sky high, groceries cost a fortune, and don't even get me started on avocado toast prices. Living in a high-cost economy feels like a constant money squeeze, right? But here's the good news, you can live large on less. Today, we're diving into practical budgeting strategies to help you thrive, not just survive, in this pricey world. Let's get your money working smarter, not harder. Why budgeting matters now. Okay, let's set the scene. It's 2025, and the economy is not playing nice. Rent in cities like Los Angeles, Seattle, or Boston can easily eat up 40 to 50% of your income, way more than the 30% financial gurus used to preach. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, grocery prices have jumped 15% since 2020, and gas? Let's just say road trips aren't as cheap as they used to be. Then there's student loan debt. Over 45 million Americans owe $1.7 trillion, and millennials are carrying a huge chunk of that. The average millennial earns about $50,000 a year, but in high-cost areas, you need closer to $90,000 just to cover basics like housing, food, and transportation. And don't forget the sneaky stuff, subscriptions, gym memberships, that $6 oat milk latte you swear you'll only get once a week. Without a budget, your money's like a bad roommate, it disappears without telling you where it went. A 2024 Bankrate survey found that 60% of millennials who budget feel in control of their finances, while only 25% of non-budgeters do. That's a huge gap. Budgeting isn't about cutting out everything fun, it's about making intentional choices. Want to hit that music festival next summer? Save for a new laptop? Pay off that credit card? A budget is your roadmap to get there without the stress of checking your bank account and praying. It's like giving your money a game plan, so you can focus on living your best millennial life, whether that's chasing your side hustle dreams, planning a getaway, or just knowing you've got enough for rent and takeout this month. Know your numbers. Alright, let's get to the good stuff, knowing your numbers. This is the foundation of any budget, and it's easier than it sounds. Step 1, grab your phone, a snack, maybe some music to set the vibe, and pull up your bank account. You need to know your real income after taxes. If you're a W-2 employee, check your pay stub, those taxes and deductions can eat 20 to 30% of your gross pay. Freelancers or gig workers, you've got to be extra careful. Set aside 25 to 30% of every paycheck for taxes. Trust me, you don't want a surprise bill from the IRS. For example, if you're pulling in $4,000 a month gross, you might only have $2,800 to $3,200 after taxes. That's your starting point. Next, list your fixed expenses, the stuff you have to pay every month. Think rent or mortgage, utilities, internet, car payments, insurance, and any subscriptions you can't live without. Yes, Spotify counts for some of us. In high-cost cities, rent alone can be $1,500 to $2,500 for a one-bedroom, eating up 40 to 50% of your income. If that's you, don't panic, we'll talk hacks later. Then, track your variable expenses, groceries, dining out, gas, shopping, those random Amazon purchases that somehow add up to $200. Use the last 3 months of bank statements to get a clear picture. Most banking apps let you filter by category, or you can export to a spreadsheet if you're feeling fancy. Here's a game changer, look for patterns. Maybe you're spending $150 a month on takeout, that's $1,800 a year, enough for a round-trip flight to Europe. Or maybe you've got 5 streaming services when you only use 2. Apps like Mint, YNAB, or Pocket Guard can automate this tracking, and they're millennial-friendly with clean interfaces and no math degree required. If apps aren't your thing, jot it down in a notebook or use a free Google Sheets template. The goal? Clarity. Knowing your numbers is like turning on a flashlight in a dark room, you suddenly see where every dollar's going. For example, I had a friend who realized she was spending $80 a month on unused gym memberships. She canceled them, redirected the cash to her savings, and felt like a financial rock star. Take 30 minutes this week to do this, and you'll be amazed at what you uncover. The 50/30/20 rule, millennial style. Let's get into the nuts and bolts of budgeting with the 50/30/20 rule. It's like the perfect playlist, simple, effective, and hits all the right notes for millennials. Here's how it works. 50% of your after-tax income goes to needs, the non-negotiables like rent, utilities, groceries, transportation, and that Wi-Fi bill you'd sell your soul for. In high-cost cities, this might creep up to 55 to 60%, but try to keep it as close to 50% as possible. Next, 30% goes to wants, the stuff that makes life fun, like dining out, concert tickets, your Hulu subscription, or those sneakers you've been eyeing. Finally, 20% goes to savings and debt repayment. Think emergency fund, retirement, or tackling those student loans that follow you like a bad TikTok trend. Let's break it down with an example. Say you take home $3,500 a month after taxes. That's $1,750 for needs, $1,050 for wants, and $700 for savings or debt. If your rent's $1,500, that leaves $250 for groceries, utilities, and gas, tight, but doable with some planning. The $1,050 for wants means you can still hit happy hour or keep your gym membership, just be intentional. That's $700 for savings? Split it, maybe $400 to student loans and $300 to an emergency fund. Can't hit 20% for savings right away? Start with 5 to 10% and increase it as you free up cash. According to a 2024 Federal Reserve report, 40% of millennials have less than $1,000 in savings, so even $50 a month puts you ahead of the curve. Use apps like YNAB or Rocket Money to automate this split. They make it feel like you're cheating at adulting. The key? Stick to the ratios, adjust for your reality, and check in monthly to stay on track. Hacks for high-cost living. Now, let's talk hacks to stretch your dollars in this crazy expensive economy. First up, housing. It's the biggest budget killer for millennials, with rents in cities like San Francisco or New York averaging $2,000 to $3,000 for a one-bedroom. If you're spending more than 50% of your income on rent, consider roommates. Splitting a $2,400 two-bedroom saves you $14,400 a year. Apps like Roomie or Craigslist can help you find a vibe-compatible roomie. Or look at up-and-coming neighborhoods. They're often 15 to 25% cheaper than the cool areas. I know moving's a hassle, but saving $300 a month is like funding a summer road trip. Next, food. Eating out is a trap. $15 takeout meals add up to $1,800 a year if you're doing it 3 times a week. Try meal prepping instead. Spend $50 a week on groceries for simple dishes like chicken stir-fry or pasta bowls. Check out budget food blogs like Budget Bites or #meal prep TikToks for ideas that don't suck. You'll save $100 to $200 a month and maybe even impress your friends with your cooking game. Subscriptions are another sneaky budget eater. The average millennial spends $60 a month on streaming, apps, and memberships. Audit yours. Do you need Netflix, Prime, and Max? Pick 2 and rotate. Libraries offer free streaming services like Canopy, plus ebooks and audiobooks. Oh, and negotiate bills. A 2023 Consumer Reports study found 70% of people who asked for a lower cable or phone bill got one. Call your provider, be polite but firm, and save $10 to $50 a month. Finally, lean into side hustles. Drive for Lyft, freelance on Fiverr, or sell old clothes on Poshmark. An extra $200 a month can cover your wants or boost your savings without touching your main paycheck. Mindset matters and call to action. Budgeting isn't just about numbers, it's about mindset. Social media's got us thinking everyone's living their best life with new cars, tropical vacations, and $20 smoothies. But half those influencers are in debt or faking it. Stop comparing and focus on your goals. Want to save for a house? Pay off your credit card? Take a gap year to travel? A budget lets you say yes to what matters without the guilt. Start small, track your spending for 1 week, cut one unnecessary expense, like that $30 a month app you forgot about, and put $25 into a savings account. Automate it so you're not tempted to spend. Celebrate the wins, even if it's just skipping takeout once. Here's a story. My friend Sarah was drowning in $15,000 of credit card debt. She started budgeting with the 50/30/20 rule, cut her dining out budget by $100 a month, and threw that cash at her debt. 2 years later, she's debt-free and saving for a trip to Japan. Small moves, big results. You don't have to be perfect, just consistent. So, millennials, here's your homework. Download a budgeting app like Mint, try the 50/30/20 rule for 1 month, and comment below with your top budgeting hack or what you're saving for. Like and subscribe for more ways to live large on less, and let's keep this money convo going. Your future self will thank you.